Hey guys, N. Sullivan here, and today I thought we would take a break from pure imagination and look at one of my favorite subjects, history, and specifically the what ifs of history. So we'll go back through time and look at some historical events and people and ask what if? What if this thing or this person was different? And are there stories in that? Of course there are. I'll see you guys after the cut. Now, being that we're covering history today, I thought, why don't we start as far back as I can think of a what if? And that would be Hero of Alexandria. This guy Hero lived between 10 and 70 AD in the city of Alexandria, Egypt, and he was an inventor and a pretty damn brilliant one. He invented around 50 AD a steam engine. Now, that in itself, there was a lot of invention and a lot of very smart people working back then. But what if? What if he hadn't just used it as a toy? Because that's what it was to him. It was called an aeolipile, and it was basically just like a desk toy for Greek Egyptians. What if he had turned it into a proper engine for doing work? Now, the first modern steam engine, the Newcomen engine, I believe, was developed around 1712, and that kickstarted the Industrial Revolution. If that had happened in 50 AD, well, it's been about 300 years since the Industrial Revolution was kickstarted by steam power, so figure 300 years from 50 AD, 350 AD, we could be where we are now. So 1700 years of advancements past where we are now, a millennia and a half more advanced than we are now. I mean, that has so many what ifs in it all by itself. It's like the ideas, there are too many ideas to do one video on, that's for sure. It's just, we could be so much further than we are if he just hadn't decided that the aeolipile was a toy. If they had decided to use it to do work, we would have our damn flying cars by now, that's for sure. We might not even need cars, we might have transporters. I mean, you're talking, that would put us beyond Star Trek as far as time goes. So there's some what ifs for you right there. That's about as many what ifs as you'll ever need. What if steam power had been developed in 50 AD instead of 1700? Have fun with that one. That one's a lifetime worth of work. Now we're going to jump forward in time a little bit to the late 1940s, mid to late 1940s, and the beginning of the space race. You see, after World War II, Britain had all these downed V2 rockets, and they had some brilliant people, and they had the opportunity to either put their post-war scientists to work on rocket technology or nuclear technology that they had gotten from the US. They chose nuclear because they thought that it would be a better investment, and they were beyond broke. They were in severe debt because of the war. So they went with nuclear, figuring it would be the better long-term investment. But what if they hadn't? What if they had gone with the other option and turned a V2 rocket into a spacecraft? Would there have been a space race if Britain got there first, before the US and the Soviet Union? Because the US and the Soviets had the scientists from Nazi Germany. But Britain had all these downed V2s. They had brilliant scientists of their own, including Alan Turing at the time. But where would they have gone with it? What would have changed in the world? What if Britain had gotten to space first, had gotten to the moon first? Would there be a NASA? Would there be intercontinental ballistic missiles? If one country had a borderline monopoly on space. You see, I get excited about these in particular. Alright guys, that's all for this video. I hope I inspired you guys to be creative and ask some what ifs of your own about history. As for now, you can subscribe right here, support me on Patreon right down here, or check out the rest of the playlists for this series right here. As always, the links to my Instagram, Facebook, and all my books will be in the description below this video. And until next time, be creative, enjoy your lives, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.